Wow, it's so amazing to see so many of you today before the holidays. Wonderful. So I guess we'll get started. I mean, really, really excited to be here for this is our second call in the practitioner learning series that's focusing specifically on Keith's teachings. We've been struggling with what to call it. Keith's Keith's wisdom teachings. Uh, I don't think the name doesn't matter clearly because you're all here, right? You're all here because we all want to have an infusion of Keith. So maybe that's what we should call it, Keith, a Keith infusion.
Mm.
Maybe. So we'll figure that out. But anyway, I'm just delighted that this is our second call. There will be more coming in January. We're actually going to that because of Keith's memorial call that they're going to be holding on January 14th. We won't have this call in January, but we will have it in early February. Just waiting for Mimi to confirm February 4th. So that's hold the date if you want to at this point. So we're just excited to share in this way with you and to have Mimi to guide us in these calls um, because she has such a long history with Keith, as I know many of you on this call do as well. So if any of you feel called at some point to say, hey, I'd like to maybe host one of these, we're certainly open to that as well. So yeah, so I hope Mimi is going to share some of her stories and experiences with Keith, and we also welcome all of you to do that as well. Because whether you've sat with Keith on the porch or met him virtually or didn't meet him at all, but somehow you were called here by Cacao. So Keith is always with us. So I will leave it there and hand it over to Mimi. Thank you so much.
Yes, a really warm welcome from me as well. I'm really delighted that all of you came in this very silent time of year, which is not that silent at all. Um, there are many faces I haven't met personally, and that's why I think I just share. I met Keith about 15 years ago, 2009. I was in San Marcos La Laguna and I walked past the store with this little sign where it said cacao ceremony. And obviously, I went in and I did get a cup of hot chocolate. I didn't like at all in the beginning because it was nothing what I knew before was chocolate. And also, Keith, he was just, I mean, he was a person, no? And it was really interesting to start working with him because I didn't know what he was doing. We were sitting there drinking cacao and going inside pretty much. And when I heard him saying, no, no, he's like, he wants to bring back ceremonial cacao or real chocolate to the world. I was like, yeah, with this little sign in this tiny town. And back then, San Marcos didn't really have like proper internet. I was amazed by his mission, but I kept on coming back again and again because there was something moving inside of me. And what I want to say now, like when I just have a few words to describe what I learned there, was that I definitely learned to navigate through my inner landscape with him and with that on many, many journeys. That's just for the beginning. And for today, I chose a topic and I have the honor to go through some recordings of Keith to find the right one for the right time. And I choose a meditation or a guided work with Keith around the wounded inner child because I feel this is the time for it. There's this saying from Charles Dickens, for it is good to be children sometimes and never better than at Christmas. And I feel when we are growing up, as I said before, this time's become one of the busiest of all year. And I would really like to invite some magic back into our lives, or more of it. Um, and as Nicole was saying, I would love to share some stories. I would love to hear some stories from you. But for that, so we have the cacao with us, I would like to drink some cacao with you. And for that, if you have a cup ready, now is the time to have it in your hands. If not, that's totally fine too. And I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and take a few deep breaths, drawing your attention inwards. There's nothing to do in the outside world for this moment. And with every breath, you're coming more into presence, into what is. You feel the sensations in your body, emotions, and you see thoughts arising, but you don't have to engage. And from this presence, I want to invite Keith to be with us today. I know he is already, but let's just speak it out. And we invite, or you can invite everyone you want to work with today, your highest self, ascended masters, power animals, angels, whoever you like to work with. And together we invite the spirit of cacao. From the sacred space in my heart, I invoke the elemental force of cacao. Lead me to your roots, to remember my origins. Raise me to your cup, to nourish my mind with your light, and allow me to bloom through the manifestation of sweetness and warmth. And so it is. Thank you. And we have our first sip together. Being aware what this spirit, what this drink does to our whole being, how it touches us on every level. And we listen. What is whispered? What is it I need to hear right now? And you can drink the cacao at your own pace. And with this presence, I invite you to open your eyes again. And as Nicole was saying before, because as I said, I don't know every one of you, but I know that we all have stories how Keith worked with us, or cacao worked with us. And it would be lovely for everyone on the call or everyone who watches the replay later on to hear some of that stories. We know that Keith had a very unique way, or very unique ways to work with people. And it would be amazing if some of you would share what they learned from Keith, what they learned from his teachings, what epiphanies they had on the porch or on the ceremonies, or watching a YouTube video, whatever that was. And whoever feels the call to share is very much welcome. Yes, please, Rob.
Yeah, I had quite an unexpected teaching of Keith because I learned a lot of Keith by Keith. He taught me a lot, and we did some sessions, and I went to the virtual calls and all the things. But only later on, I realized he taught me something totally different because every time we had this virtual call with the whole group or one-to-one with Keith, he would like with his glasses and he would point out to me and he said, Mr. Magic, Mr. Magic, and then he would go on. And he was really persistent with that. So each and every time he saw me, he picked me out and said, Mr. Magic, Mr. Magic. And that was it. And I didn't feel like Mr. Magic, you know. I felt confused or whatever. But he persistently kept calling me Mr. Magic. By doing that, I in the years that went by, I started to believe what he was saying. So I could feel like, oh, maybe there is some magic in me, you know. It's like, who knows? So just by him being persistent in that, by just ignoring everything I thought about myself and just pointing me out and saying, Mr. Magic, he kind of installed that in me. He allowed that to grow and to come forward. So I'm very grateful for that. And even when I sip the cacao now, the first sip, and I asked Keith, what am I about to learn today? And I heard this, Mr. Magic. Don't worry, just allow the magic to work, allow the magic to happen. So I'm very fond of Keith, and I miss him, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all do. And
Yeah.
thank you very much for sharing that.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. He really he saw things in people, or I can talk for myself, I didn't see at that moment in time. And as you're saying, after years, you're like, oh, that's what you meant. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for reminding us. And so, Mr. Magic in the magical Christmas season. That's lovely. Who else wants to share? Keith.
I can
Teaching
share.
Jennifer. Oh, yeah, Anna.
No, you first. You first.
And Jennifer. And then Anna. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. When when I met Keith, I was in Guatemala. Since, for those who don't know, I've had a stroke and I lost my voice. And Keith picked on me to go around the group and look at people's eyes and take the pain away. I thought I was a consultant at the time. I thought I have paid to come on holiday and I get picked on. I was a reluctant healer. I didn't know it. I didn't know that I could look through people's eyes and take the pain away. But now I understand because I couldn't speak for about 6 months. And it meant a lot. It has helped me through my recuperation. That he picked on me to go around the group and I think about Keith a lot. I think about him a lot. That's all I'm ready to say because I'm tired, it's late, and I can't speak very well. I'm sorry.
No, that's really wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Another way of him, like just sending you around, doing things where you're like, what? What should I do? As you say, I'm in a ceremony. I should feel peaceful and calm here. Thank you, Jennifer. Anna, you wanted to share something as well.
Yeah, I can share. It's hard to sum up. Yeah, obviously, it's hard to sum it up or to choose just one. And then my heart starts beating so fast. Like, it feels like a huge, one of the greatest honors of this entire life to have known him and been with him, right? Okay. And even if you never met him, it's still like, but you're with him. I love how he taught me, or us, all of us. It was like, if you have attention to something, if you're so drawn to it, like listen to those clues that we hear about, listening to your emotions. But specifically with him, like, I didn't know why I was here. And then when he would say, like, you're all wizards, you're all healers, that feeling of like, well, he's not talking to me. And the way he'd be like, if you're on this call, if you're drawn to be here, and then I would reflect, like, we sit for like 12 hours, 13 hours. Like, this isn't like, I guess I'll just dabble. Like, I'm here for, 6 to 12 hours twice a week. And I can't even get enough, and I don't want it to end. And like, there's so many signs in our life all around us, for what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, based on how good something feels or how drawn you are to it. And realizing, like, not everybody feels that way. And the way and then I'd watch him for years after I felt so in the group. I'd watch him talk to people that he had just met, on Zoom, maybe that just showed up that he didn't know before that. And the way he could speak to someone he just met and like light them up and make them feel so powerful and all this potential, and it's so seen when they'd be like, I don't even know you. I don't belong here. I'm not a healer. The thing that I hear in my head the most from him now is, nothing's about what it's about. On the way you see it, everywhere you go, everywhere, everyone around you. Like, if we're so upset by something, it's not about what you think. Like, what are you really upset about? Like that, getting to the root of everything. I hear that from him all the time. I think about him so much. So in love with him forever. And people feel it, the cacao. People love it so much when they taste it. When I talk about him, I feel like everything I share about him and the company is so heard by people when they're drinking the cacao and they're trying it. I listen to old recordings of our sessions, and he's just with me so much. I love him so much. I'm so glad we're doing these. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you for saying that. Nothing's about what it's about. It's not about what it's about. Oh. Really, one can feel him with us when we share those stories. This is really beautiful. And it's also, I think, as you say, for people who drink cacao who have never met Keith, they feel that. They feel his teachings. Nicole, please.
Well, the first thing I wanted to share, I don't know if you can see it, is my altar is behind me and he's right there. His picture's right there. And the sun is sort of filtering through, and there's like this golden light around Keith. So he's definitely with us. I have lots of stories I could share, but one in particular that I'm sure no one has ever heard. In 2019, Keith's Cacao went to Bhakti Fest in Joshua Tree, California. It was their first time going to like a big festival. And Keith was still able, Keith and Barbara were still able. So we rented this huge ranch house in Joshua Tree. And we had at Bhakti Fest, we had a big tent, and then where we served cacao. We had a little offshoot area where Keith could sit and have small private sessions with people. And then I think he offered two large ceremonies. And it was sort of like a tented, but an open tent. And I remember we were there to like as volunteers to help serve the cacao and just. And I remember the first ceremony, I was standing there and there were hundreds of people, right? No one expected that many people, hundreds of people sitting there. And Keith and Barbara in their camping chairs. And he opens up by saying, "Okay, all you fuckers." and he got everyone's attention. And then, of course, he went into, sharing about like a lot of that particular ceremony was about the empath training and letting people understand, right, that it's not that it's a gift that we have, and we're being trained, right? And everyone was mesmerized by him and his teachings. And we also know it was his way of, if someone wasn't supposed to be there and got offended, they would leave, right? So he wanted, right, the people who could hear his message and receive it and feel their magic or understand they were an empath. So yeah, and you were just entranced, from that very moment. So I'll leave it there.
Thank you, Nicole. I heard that once, that he started a ceremony like that. But I guess that was also one of Keith's magic, that he could be so soft and so gentle and so loving, and he could trigger the shit out of you and just go in there and go in there and go in there. We're like, why are you so mean? Oh. Mm. Mm. What I'm also amazed when I think of all the work I did with Keith, that I remember the first time where he really proved himself to me. And that was, I was inside, and there was a lot going on within me. And I was sitting there, and it felt like falling. I was really like, I didn't know what to do with all of it, with all those feelings, with all of it. And all of a sudden, there was this huge stone I could see. And in that moment, I was sitting across from him. He was really going physically there. And he's like, and that's what you need to get rolling. And I was so amazed that he must have seen or must have felt where I'm at. That from that day on, he just, yeah, as I said, proved himself to me. And that's what I needed at that time. I was still very young when I met Keith for the first time, but I knew that this was a person I love to work more with. And it proved me right. Life proved me right. There were many moments of this after that. Mm. Does anyone else want to share teaching, a gift?
Yes.
Yes, please, Alicia. Hello.
So, hello. I only met Keith online, which was yet a lot. um, I have been initiated to self cacao in 2019 by one of his students, and I don't know. I had this idea that he was not reachable. So I was doing the meditation from the very long videos he has online, and I had done it like maybe 100 times or even more. And then one day I go to the website and I see I can just book the ceremony online. I was like, what? And then I thought we will be like 200-300 people, and we were like Just, I mean, we were not five, but we were not 200. And the very first session, he was going on and on and on, and I had my time with him. And I mean, I've been meeting a lot of spiritual teachers, and a lot related to shamanism and native too. And um, one thing that made me uncomfortable with these teachers is that the ambient of everybody needing recognition. And there is this thing in shamanism where people are always saying, you cannot say you're a shaman, you cannot say you're like, and everybody is just like, I won't say it, but I want somebody to say it and all. And there is this tension all the time that is very, very uncomfortable. And then when I spoke up, he immediately said, well, this woman is in need for recognition, so let's give it to her. And he had everyone, one after the other, say what they felt about my energy. And I mean, I was in tears. It was exactly what I needed. And he wasn't holding back. He wasn't trying to hold it back in order to have more power over the group or over. He was just so direct, whether it be to tell you to fuck off whenever, or or by saying amazing things. And that's what I love. And well, that's what I love about it. And another thing I wanted to share is that he, as you said, I mean, about proving, I got a session with him for, it was over 2 hours online, and he he was basically almost only talking about kitty cats when he was deep inside in my field. And I didn't really understand at the time what it meant, but I had so many synchronicities after, and um, and yeah, it was actually something extremely important for my path. I have very strong connection with cat goddesses, and the so the he knew. He knew. So, and he's here. So I was going to say we miss him, and we miss him, but he's here. So yay.
Thank you. That's a good reminder that the teachings are still there as well, right? Like there are still those moments where you're like, oh, there we go. The synchronicities. Mm. Is there another story that wants to be shared? Another moment of healing? Another moment of wisdom? Because we are also in for some work with Keith today. And as I said before, I chose the topic of the wounded inner child. And it's a longer journey. So just that you know that you're in for some time with Keith. If there's anything you want to share before that, now is the time. And otherwise, we'll meet after the journey together again. Are we feeling ready? Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's someone wants to join for that journey. Let's let Jerry in. Okay. So, again, I invite you to close your eyes, bring your attention inwards,
Relax. And feel this radiant energy being brought to you. Surrounding you, blending with you, being absorbed. And in the beginning, I'd like you to feel your brain expand inside, blending, merging with your higher mind, your light body, your multidimensional being, whatever you want to call it. Allow yourself to fill with light. Stretching, opening your heart, your power center, your brain. This is an expanded radiance. You are all channels for higher dimensional energy. So many higher beings say, this is how the planet will be changed as more and more of us bring in energy from higher levels and anchor it into this level. So please allow your channel to be upgraded. Other people around you will feel this. Not everyone, some people. Invite energy up from Mother Earth to join this party. Down through your crown from the cosmos to join. In through the back of your heart chakra, your solar plexus, to join. And allow the channel you to expand. Maybe your little boy or little girl got in trouble for such radiance. Maybe it kept them plugged right into the fifth dimension where they knew what was really going on and they told the truth and they got in trouble. Wave your hand in front of the camera if you are feeling the expanded brain. I'm using the term brain to refer to the physical brain and mind to refer to the multidimensional brain or mind. So however you experience this stretching, this upgrade, just allow. And I'll tell you that not everyone gets it, experiences it right away. But you will. For some of you right now, the priority is more the heart, the power, the expression at the throat level.
Expand this radiance and invite more of it. And more.
So focus on this transmission of energy through you radiate it out your hands, your heart, your third eye. Some or all of the above. However it would like to work now. And for this call, we will ask that this expansion of your energy be used to bring up some of the woundedness of the inner child so we can work on it, sharing this together. So right now, fill your cup with the greater light that we all are, with the being that came here and got a human body. Use this expanding presence within you to hug a part of you that's afraid or resistant, in doubt. And hold this part, helping them with a little support to allow. Allow, allow, allow. Now, as you stay in this radiance, today we're going to work with the child, maybe some with the adolescent, to work with the one who had an important critical job. Starting about age 3, you began to telepathically, or some would say telempathically, download the belief systems from parents and culture. You began moving your own knowing and connection out of the way and taking on much denser belief systems so you could belong and fit in and grow up without being so different that you wouldn't have stayed. You'd have left. In addition, adopting the consensus reality and now beginning to leave it gives you the authority to help others in their decision and motivation to do the same, to go back home, to wake up, to ascend, to fill with light, to become once again who they are. So this child helped you. Shut down, helped you get the education you needed in density, in an old world, so you could help bring a new one. Most likely you were taught to push the wounded child away, not feel what they feel. And then mostly you get to experience them through dramas in your life. That bring your woundedness to the surface. So if this child needs to get in touch with you, has something to share with you, needs something from you, or you are ready to have a bit of your magic, wonder, creativity, spontaneity, curiosity back, it's time. So look inside. How old is the one that you're ready to connect to now? And where in your body do you keep them? If you haven't done any work with them, they're not going to be in your heart. Most likely they'll be pushed somewhere so you don't have to feel what they feel. They will be imprisoned. So if you'll let yourself know where they are, go open the door and sit down. Say hi. Find out where they are. Are they waiting for you? Have they been waiting? Are they angry, pissed off, afraid? You will have to work with them where they are. You're not here to be a parent and tell them what to do and not to do, what to feel and not to feel. I think they've probably had enough of that. Are they ready for a hug? If they are, great. If they're not, you've got some work to do. Sit with them and share this expanded energy. This expanded heart, the expanded brain, stretched brain. Ask them if they remember this energy. Ask them if they'd like to share with it, in it, partner with you. Who knows, maybe they know how to turn up the volume. If you two are at the place in your relationship where they can help you with your channel and you with them, ask. In this energy, welcome them to release whatever they're ready to let go of from their childhood, pain body, belief systems, confusion and chaos, fear, anxiety. Let these things move from them right on off to your angelic friends or to the Mother Earth for transmutation. There's no need to take them in. Experience being an empath without taking them in, but directing them off to clean up at another level of reality where your friends know what to do. The two of you, if they're in a place to partner with you, share this transmission, share the channeling, share the energy. And as this light pours through them, imagine the flow lifting parts of their pain, their fear, their chaos, their confusion right out of them. Belief systems they're ready to release can go in whole or in part. Higher energy can come in to fill the place in both of you. And you, by example, can make it okay for your little one to radiate. Ask this little one to take you by the hand and lead you somewhere inside or outside, where you have hidden, unplugged from, disconnected from, blocked, pushed outside of yourself into nature or into another level, hidden a part of you that didn't fit in the world around you, part of your heart chakra, your power, your magic, your love, your light. They know where it is. They were there. They know what you did with it. They had to do the work. So let them take you to where you put it, blocked it, shoved it, buried it. Outside in nature, taken care of by a favorite tree, stream. Off into another dimension where it's been taken care of by other levels of your own being. Hidden inside, boxed up, disconnected. reconnect, allow to integrate the return, the remembering of a part of you. You know, you can take your inner expert on a regular little journey inside whenever you'd like to go get some more of you. Of love and power, of expression, of fun, or of energies like creativity, spontaneity, curiosity, adventure, fun, joy, wonder. What have you done with your wonder? Would you like it back? They know where it is. Go off with them to get something else. Something maybe that I mentioned and you said, oh yes. Or something that they know about and they say, this is next, let's go there. Now this child might be ready, or maybe in the future, ask them, are they ready to leave wherever you've put them? Most likely so you don't need to feel what they feel. Are they ready to return to the place in your heart chakra that is designed for them? So if they're ready, or if not, when they are ready, you'll know how. Walk with them up to your heart chakra. Walk in the front door and show them this place. Have fun with it. Give them some toys and some clean clothes. Now, this place in your heart chakra has a back door. Go open the back door with them and look out onto a magic meadow of wild flowers and butterflies and hummingbirds, of creatures to play with. A magical place. Doors never locked. And in this meadow, perhaps sitting on a rock under a tree, is your higher self. And they can go hang out in the meadow, and they can go be with your higher self whenever they want and receive the healing and whatever they need to resume their old, new place in your consciousness and give you access to all of this wonder, magic, creativity, spontaneity, curiosity, trust, love. And abundance. But call them in right now, back into the room. We got something else to do. They can go back. and walk back to the front door of the heart and have them look up or down at the place where they've been stuck for however many years, the prison they've been in. And call in your higher self and your guides and transmute the prison back into light, so they know there's no place for them to go back to. They won't be sent back for being bad. The place no longer exists. Transmute it. Your higher self, your guides, turn it back into white light. Let it move back into whatever level of you it belongs, however you made it. Return that energy. Let them watch. Now, if they are not sure they're ready, they can keep the place. They can go back. They can keep it for safety if they need to. That's all right. But if they're ready, let's transmute it. So they now live where they belong in your heart chakra.
And with this part of yourself being transmuted, come back to feeling your energy, your radiance. Does this journey feel complete? Or is there something else for you to do? Listen to what is needed. Take some deep breaths to integrate. To really anchor this update, this transmutation. Knowing you can come back to your inner child, to that part, to other parts, whenever you wish. And if you feel ready, you can open your eyes again. Coming back to this moment in time, to this circle we're having today. How are you feeling? So many of you have the cameras turned off. I don't know if you're all back or if you're off adventuring.
Well, it was very profound, and I think I'm not finished. I'm just going back in. Like a lot is transmuting, and it's an amazing, amazing, amazing experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for stepping out for a moment to tell us. Mhm. You still have some time. You can really share if you feel called to. There's the kitty cat from Alicia. I think everyone likes to stay where they're at.
Did you say we should share?
If you feel the call, yeah, now we have some space and time.
Thank you so much. I've never heard that analogy from him about like when you're in the heart chakra, taking taking them to the back door and looking, and where your higher self sits under a tree. It's always like that analogy was so, I've never heard that one from him, and I will carry that forever. Thank you so much. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, please, Nicole.
My heart is just, it was really hurting at the end. And now it feels clear. And I think it was just integrating this other part of myself. And I've worked a lot with, my 4-year-old and my 8-year-old, and they're good. This was my 14-year-old. Yeah. And yeah, she needed to be loved and seen. And so it was really beautiful and unexpected. So
Thank you. Yeah, I know that it was unexpected. Thank you for sharing. Oh.
yeah, it was so beautiful. Thank you. And thank you, Keep.
I can hear him. Where is she and how old is she? Hmm. Hmm. I'm really, I feel very warm now sharing this journey with you and with Keith. I feel so close to him. And to my 6-year-old. I really have the feeling that most of you would like to stay where they're at. And I don't want to just prolong it unnaturally. But I really wish you to take the time to continue churning, to continue integrating whatever is needed in that moment. And if we are feeling complete, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, a wonderful holiday. And oh, there's Santa. Santa joined as well. That's good. And thank you for being here today and for sharing this experience. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy whatever
Thank
you
you.
do.
Thank you so much. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.